Hey everybody, welcome back to Sailing KYAN II. Shane and Sandra here, and we're back at it again. We're out in the water, we're relaunched. It is Thursday, October the 4th. We are heading to our home port in Baltimore. It's actually a beautiful day. We're getting all set for our next voyage down the Intracoastal Waterway and to Florida and then over to the Bahamas. So stay with us. We've got some work we'll show you that we caught up with, and we'll see you guys in a couple of weeks.
Welcome to Sailing KYAN II. We're Sandra and Shane, and our adventures living aboard and sailing our newly refitted 42-foot Morgantown Island ketch from Baltimore to the Bahamas every fall and winter. Join us weekly as we travel the ICW, see new sights, and experience cruising life within the natural and man-made wonders of the Atlantic East Coast.
After Sandra's serious injury last fall, breaking her shoulder, and then the fatal collision of the Key Bridge and the Dolly, we decided that we've had enough trouble for 1 decade. Let's check our rigging and make sure everything is good before we go out on blue water.
Cable down! Good! Boom down! Boom down. Boom down. Goddamn mess. Am I clear? Yeah.
Taking down one mast is one thing, but taking down two, well, that's serious stuff. Mike from Maryland Marina has been doing this for over 35 years. I wouldn't trust anybody else.
So as you can see, we've installed spreader lights, brand new, to replace the ones that were in the corner that were old incandescent bulbs. These are 6,000 lumen bulbs. They draw about 1.5 amps. So they'll give us plenty of power. We've also installed underneath here a spreader light and mast steaming light when we're underway. So there's a bottom light also on the bottom of this, which also acts as a separate spreader light. You'll notice we have some wires hanging down, and you'll notice also that we started to do some insulation tape, and that is already starting to peel off. So rather than heat shrink it, we found, I think, a better plan, which is the super glue makes it, called Easy Fuse. You have about 2 minutes working time. It's a silicone tape, and then it cures in 24 hours. So we're going to give this a test and see how we make out. We have dismantled the VHF antenna. There are 2 antennas, as you can see, one here and one here. So we just undid this, and here you can see a very, very good reason. Even though this was black tape was around it and heat shrink tape was in here, you can see where over the 20 years the antenna connection has corroded. So that tells us that our VHF has not been optimal. Another good reason why never assume it's just the cable, and in many cases the cable is shielded. This part is not. So now that we have this off, we're going to put in a new antenna and get everything ready for hookup tomorrow. Just take a look at the inside of this. I can already see where there's a little bit of issue going on with the antenna. It did a good job, a Shakespeare 5215, I believe, and it's probably 20 years old. This is a PL259 connector, which had the tailpiece screwed in there as well. So we'll put a brand new connector on this, and away we go. Installing a new antenna, and with the new antenna comes a stainless steel bracket with 4 holes. We've drilled out the holes, tapped them to 1/4-20, and now we're adding the bolts. Just wanted to point out, always put some good Teflon tape on the bolt, just from the head down. Make sure that it's solid and it'll go through the thread, and make sure you wind it 5 or 6 times. So in 5 or 20 years, you're not going to have a problem taking it out. And if it's not you taking it out, you're doing the next person a huge favor. Of course, if I forgot to mention, the stainless steel bolts are dissimilar metal to the aluminum mast. And this is the reason you want to place the insulation of Teflon tape in between the two. So once you get all 4 bolts mounted up, put them in nice and loose, and then tighten, go all the way around and tighten them up, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that bracket will survive anything. One nice shiny bright anchor light. We took the existing 30-year-old guest fitting and changed the bayonet bulb of a GE 1004 and put in a Bay SD. And that's a double bayonet, 4,000 lumens, and 28,000 hour life. We're doing an upgrade on our SOK lithium batteries, changing the old one over here on the right into a new Bluetooth board, just like these new Bluetooth marine batteries with a different case, but it's basically the same inside. And you'll see inside we have 4 cells that are running approximately 3.31 volts each. And the wiring harness will change, and we're just about to change this circuit board. Let's see if we can't blow ourselves up.
By having Bluetooth controlled batteries, we can measure not only our voltage, but we can also restart the batteries and we can detect any anomalies going on within the circuit. We have 5 batteries in parallel, which means that we can take any battery out of service if we have to do maintenance or if we have to reboot.
Well, everybody, good morning. We are now running our Vivor diesel heater, doing the final checks. We've done the startup. We've got great heat, 110 degrees coming out there. The heater is nice and quiet. You can hardly hear just a little bit of a ticking noise. Exhaust is insulated, easy to touch, hot at that end, don't touch that. Air intake on this side. And the plastic box that we're using is staying nice and cool. There's no radiation heat coming from the box whatsoever. These people have done a great job. We're getting very close to our launch date of September 25th, and we're just doing the last minute upgrades and repairs. One of the issues we had was with our AB inflatable, that we noticed a small leak. So we started researching, and we found that there's a product called Flex Paste, much like Flex Seal, made from the same company, that is guaranteed to work with Hypalon and EDPM type plastics. So yesterday we put some Flex Paste on to try it, let it cure for 24 hours, and there you go. Total cost of a can is $16. You could get maybe 100 repairs out of it. Very easy. We can sand this down later, smooth it off, and we can even paint it gray. It's a lot cheaper than buying a Hypalon. We're back. We're just getting ready to launch in a few days, and then we're heading south. In the meantime, we're going to show you a new product that we found called Magica Rust Remover and Spray and Gel. It comes in 2 forms. It's non-corrosive, and it's available off their website, which is info@magicrustremover.com. You can email them or you can go on their website, and we're going to try it out for the very first time. So Sandra, go ahead and give it a whirl.
I'll use the spray first.
Using the spray first. Oh, look at that. It's already she hasn't touched it and it's already disappearing. It's gone. Spray the top. There we go. Now watch this. Above the R, give it a good spray above the R, and it's already starting to disappear.
One of the last things we did was to install 2 solar-powered cameras, one on the main and one on the mizzen. And sure enough, we had a customer.
Well, it's a beautiful day to go sailing or to get towed out. We're heading over to our slip, and the water levels are kind of high today. So we'll see. We might have to grow a little bit of skin between our toes. Well, here we are in the water, finally. And looks like we got here just in time. So some poor guy probably doesn't have an engine. Oh dear.